There's nothing quite like the FA Cup, football's favourite obstacle course, a competition that touches the parts others cannot reach. On a February night in 1991, the FA Cup reached new heights of suspense and excitement.
You are watching one of the all-time great FA Cup ties.
What an advert for our football in Britain.
When the FA Cup tapped into British football's most healthy local rivalry for a fifth-round tie, Goodison Park became the stage for its greatest ever match. Everton and Liverpool clashed as never before. The first meeting at Anfield had everything but a winning goal. The main talking point, a first-half Everton penalty appeal. Gary Ablett's challenge on Pat Nevin was a foul in the eyes of virtually everyone except the referee, Neil Midgley. Those lucky enough to see the replay owe him their eternal thanks.
Fabulous, phenomenal. Those are the sort of words that come to mind.
Oh, I hope this game never ends.
A replay that produced an endless parade of memories for commentators Martin Tyler and Andy Gray and everyone at Goodison Park that night.
Well, here is Howard Kendall's side. Neville Southall, the first name on the team sheet in more ways than one. Then the Dutchman, Ray Atterveld, wearing number 2. Andy Hinchcliffe is back after injury, but a little short on recent match practice. Kevin Ratcliffe is still captain, as he was when Everton last won the Cup in 1984. Then Dave Watson, a former Liverpool reserve player. Martin Keown, who was brought in on Sunday to give some extra defensive cover. That was a move that worked for Howard Kendall. Then Pat Nevin, we should describe him now of penalty claim fame, I think. Neil MacDonald is at number 8 tonight, with Stuart McCall dropped from the Everton midfield. Graham Sharp in his testimonial year at Goodison Park, and a place alongside Sharp for Mike Newell as a second out-and-out striker. John Everell, who was left back on Sunday, is in his preferred midfield role tonight. The substitutes are McCall and Tony Cottee. As for Liverpool, Bruce Grobbelaar, of course, his 10th season as a Liverpool regular. Then Glenn Hussein, the captain in the absence of Alan Hansen and Ronnie Whelan. David Burrows plays his last game before suspension. Steve Nicol, who showed his versatility again on Sunday in that reshuffle after Steve McMahon's injury. Jan Molby, who nearly left for Barcelona last year. Liverpool very glad that they were able to hang on to him. Gary Ablett, the only Scouser in the Liverpool lineup tonight. And Peter Beardsley is recalled for his first start for Liverpool since December the 15th. Steve Staunton, left back for the Republic of Ireland, but in midfield for Liverpool. Ian Rush, so often the executioner of Everton. John Barnes, who's played in FA Cup finals against Everton for Watford as well as for Liverpool. And Barry Venison, the substitute for Steve McMahon on Sunday. He takes over McMahon's shirt tonight. So David Speedy, on his 31st birthday, is relegated to the bench. And Ray Houghton is there as well. He's been out since the replay in the 3rd round of the FA Cup. Fascinating and passionate. It's sure to start at a helter-skelter pace. Liverpool kick-off. Good conditions underfoot. Good conditions for spectating as well. They've escaped the worst of the winter up here. It's almost like the Gulf Stream. Beardsley goes for his first header. Here's Venison wearing 11, but slotting in at right back. And Sharp letting Hussein know that he's around again. Graham Sharp started the match magnificently at Anfield. He really set the tone and the example for some of his less experienced colleagues.
First surprise, just looking at the Liverpool lineup early on, Martin, is that David Burrows, who occupied the left back spot normally, is actually playing in midfield alongside Jan Molby, and Steve Staunton has been preferred at left back. So that's the first real change that Liverpool have made.
And you think back to Liverpool's win away to Tottenham earlier in the season in the league, when Burrows did that marking job on Paul Gascoigne so successfully.
And also contributed to making a couple of goals.
And here's Abril,
probably come just a little bit early in the game for John Ebro, but he does the right thing in trying to go across the face of the goal.
Barnes, Staunton, it runs on for Beardsley, a shooting chance, oh, and Rush is there, and Southall has stopped him adding to his list. That's a lovely dummy by Sharp. Ray Atterveld raiding on the right. Hussein Grobbelaar started to come and could have been embarrassed. Nevin away by Ablett. If this is a sign of things to come, we are in for a rare treat. Liverpool nearly scoring, Everton hitting back, Barnes on the ball. We haven't had an opportunity to have another look at the Southall stop from Rush. We must bide our time as the players who went through 90 minutes without producing a goal on Sunday are striking at the goal right from the off here. Staunton drives it in. Steve Nicol coming in for Liverpool. Well, Peter Beardsley looked like a man with a point to prove.
He's always dangerous in this position, Martin. He's always looking to shoot. I'm very surprised that Neville Southall hasn't collected it first time, but he shows what a good goalkeeper he is. Look how quickly he's up, and that's a magnificent block when Ian Rush, I'm sure, thought he was adding to this wonderful tally of his.
The winners go to West Ham in the quarter-final. Newell. Nevin getting free. Only Hinchcliffe really available, but they're lining up in the centre. Sharp. Ebro! Well, it might have gone in directly, it might have been touched in by Nevin, but neither thing happened for Everton.
But it's a wonderful knockback from Graham Sharp, and John Ebro will be disappointed that he hasn't at least made Bruce Grobbelaar make a save. The first genuine chance of the game for Everton.
Everton have pulled everyone back. Liverpool have left Barnes on the far side. Four in a line along the edge of the penalty area, one of whom is Rush. Nicol another beaten to it by Hinchcliffe. Beardsley trying to trick Ebro. Rush is coming across and blocks Ratcliffe. Newell, that's given away. Maybe he needed a better call then. Nevin. It's more coordinated from Everton. And it was all being dictated by Nevin until he was tripped.
Yes, he's been given this free roll, it seems tonight again, to roam all over the place, and he certainly could prove difficult if Liverpool leave him alone. Tremendous ability on the ball, Pat Nevin.
Watson, Keown and Sharp way across on the far side. Oh, and Grobbelaar in no man's land. Mulby. It looked very promising for Everton. And Sharp got to it in the first place. There wasn't much help for Sharp, and I can tell you that Kevin Ratcliffe was being teased by Andy Gray for his forward surges on Sunday. There aren't too many of them these days, and maybe that crossed his mind because he certainly could have gone on further forward a moment or two ago. Oh, well hit by Nevin, and Grobbelaar in some difficulties by his left-hand post.
Yeah, it's the aerial problem again for Liverpool, but what a great strike from Pat Nevin.
Beardsley. Rush. Barnes. The net shakes, but the ball hit it on the outside.
Well, it's his wonderful first touch that gives him the opportunity. Kills it dead. But he goes narrow side, and I'd have been very surprised if he'd have beat a goalkeeper of Southall's class on the near side. Perhaps would have been better coming across goal.
Nevin. Free kick given to Everton. Another chance to send the big players forward from the back to support Newell and Sharp in the air. Keown will be there, Watson as well. This is where Everton might feel that they can tilt the tide their way. Hinchcliffe. Watson trying to force a way through. Newell couldn't get round the outside. Played forward by Staunton. Oh, and Rush has got the better of Ratcliffe. Ian Rush takes on Neville Southall. And off the line by Hinchcliffe. Beardsley! Everton thought they'd escaped, but they hadn't. And Ratcliffe will rue this more than any other Everton player.
Well, it was a dreadful error for someone of Kevin Ratcliffe's experience. Andy Hinchcliffe does magnificently well. Rush does everything right, but that's magnificent defending. But Everton don't get the break they need then. Peter Beardsley finishes it off. But Kevin Ratcliffe will look back and think, why didn't I just play it out for a throw-in?
Peter Beardsley is back with a bang for Liverpool.
I think, to be fair as well, Martin, it had been threatening for the last 4 or 5 minutes because both Rush and Barnes had gone very close earlier.
Well, when Ratcliffe lost out here, Ian Rush with the chance really to feast at his favourite table, but he didn't collect the goal. Hinchcliffe did wonderfully well, but it was ran back by Beardsley, and there was nothing that Southall or indeed Hinchcliffe could do to deny the follow-up. When they're playing well, there's no harder team to get the ball off than Liverpool. Oh, and you can't get it like that either.
You mentioned that Everton are not a spent force, and quite rightly so, Martin, but they really have got it all to do now. Liverpool are losing a confidence that hasn't been there for quite some time now. The way they're knocking it about, they're just full of confidence at the moment.
Barnes. Liverpool haven't been playing well, but may I remind you, they're unbeaten in 1991. I'm sure Kenny Dalglish would tell you, given half the chance. And although they've had their luck in their FA Cup run so far, they deserve their lead at half-time here, provided for them in the end by Peter Beardsley. But the key moment really from the Everton point of view, when Kevin Ratcliffe, who 99 times out of 100 would have dealt with the danger against Ian Rush, lost out. And although for once against Everton Rush wasn't the scorer, Beardsley took the goal, and the second half will be a story here of whether Everton can come back from that. Well, Everton come out with a substitute on. Stuart McCall replaces Ray Atterveld. Looking for more fire in midfield. Yes, that's a very good graphic to put on to remind us all that McCall started that FA Cup final on the bench and then came on and scored twice. Unfortunately, Liverpool also had a substitute that day who came on and scored twice as well. His name was Ian Rush. Liverpool a goal up as Everton start the second half. Such an era of Merseyside derbies in Liverpool's favour since Kenny Dalglish came here as a player in 1977. 41 derbies in that time, and Everton have won only 9 of them to 21 Liverpool wins. And the only time really when Everton held some sway, of course, was when Howard Kendall was manager here the first time, and he's trying to get it back to those levels again.
I think I might have played in a couple of those derby wins as well, Martin, strangely enough.
McDonald, who's got very good feet, as they say in the football trade. He got into shooting positions on Sunday 2 or 3 times, didn't always hit them as well as he would have liked.
No, he hits it very well. It's a difficult angle. I think Bruce is quite happy to see that one, that attempted shot from there. I'd be surprised if we could beat him. But I'm not surprised that Howard Kendall's decided to change and bring on Stuart McCall. I felt that they had got the ball into the box quite well at times. What they hadn't done is got the support players up with them. And I think someone that can't get in there and has proved in the past that he'll get in there is Stuart McCall.
Sharp wins a header for the benefit of Nevin. It's McDonald who crosses. Newell poised at the far post. Nicol is limping. Sharp! It went through Grobbelaar. Less than 2 minutes gone in the second half. Everton fists are raised now, and as Graham Sharp redresses the balance.
It's a great cross in, but no one really picks up Graham Sharp. He gets behind Gary Ablett and he puts in a fine header. Bruce Grobbelaar doesn't enjoy the best of luck, Martin, but what a boost for Everton right after half-time.
Liverpool caught cold. Mulvey replies, and Southall was a little afraid of the power that Mulvey got into the drive and sensibly opted not to catch it but to parry it well away from the danger area. Liverpool stung into immediate retaliation.
You watch it come over and Graham Sharp gets in a wonderful position for a striker. Gets in a good header, and Bruce Grobbelaar must have thought for a second he had made the save, but it just nicks the post and drops into the net.
Barnes. That's what McCall is on to do, and to get forward as well. Pushed down by Barnes. Free kick to Everton. McDonald now operating at right back, works it short to Nevin. The Everton tails are up. It's often been hard going down the years for Graham Sharp up front against Liverpool, but it's his 6th goal in a Merseyside derby. And it will certainly swell the coffers in the testimonial year.
Yeah, none of it would have been more sweet than that one, Martin, at the time it came, because certainly as half-time approached, they looked in dominant form, and on a personal note, I'm delighted that a very good friend of mine has brought them back on level terms.
Rush. Very nearly the direct route for Liverpool, who find themselves here with an excellent first half from their point of view, wiped out straight away. Went all the way in that challenge, hurt Staunton by sending him crashing onto the track. Nevin skips over Staunton, Newell and Sharp in the centre, joined by Everett. Nevin goes his own way, McCall made it his when it wasn't, and Pat Nevin can put them in front, and hasn't. And wonders how he didn't.
Well, it's another defensive error, this time from Liverpool. Players getting involved, and Pat Nevin will never have a better chance to put Everton. You see what he tried to do. I remember him scoring a very similar goal here at Goodison against Manchester United, when he went through on Jim Layton, it was at the time, and just tried to flick it over him. But he just gets flat a little bit too much on it and doesn't threaten the goal.
Balance of power is changing in this match, and Liverpool just can't pick up the rhythm.
I don't believe they were this fast when I played them. I can't believe that.
Everton reacting to the gospel according to Howard Kendall, delivered at half-time. Rush. Here's Watson. Everything that's 50-50 at the moment going to Everton. Newell making Hussein go all the way back to the edge of his own area. Ricocheted off Nicol and was just got away by Staunton. Venison. Liverpool having to look to their laurels. Oh, and Rush has pounced on another mistake by Keown this time. But there isn't the same impetus about Liverpool to follow up on it. They can hardly catch their breath at the moment, the way Everton have started the second half. With Sharp very much to the fore.
It's been a great substitution, Mark. Not only does Stuart McCall get forward, but what he has done as well, he's attached himself to Jan Molby, who really had been pulling the strings for Liverpool in that late part of the first half. And now Molby's finding it difficult to shake a free of him.
Oh, it's helped on by Watson. It's Newell! When bodies start to dip and fly like that, you expect them to end up in the net.
Well, this could end up anywhere. It's a wonderful strike from him. And just how close does it go?
Liverpool just getting a little more chance now to draw a breath and pass the ball under a little less pressure. Molby. Good barometer really for how the game is shaping, Molby. If he's able to pass it well, Liverpool are starting to get on top. Here he is. He's found Nicol, despite the attention to McCall. It's more like Liverpool of the first half. Beardsley, Barnes is free. Oh, save! They're not only back on top, they're back in front. And it's a bonanza here for Peter Beardsley.
Well, what an incredible strike from Beardsley. He just drags it away to create the space with his right foot. And look at that for a finish. Southall stands no chance. The first time in the second half that Liverpool have put any kind of passing move together, and it ends with a goal like that.
26 minutes into the second half. A goal vintage from Beardsley, but not just in its execution, but in its timing, because it's restored not just the lead, but a good measure of belief for Liverpool when they were rocking.
I did say that I felt that Everton had to score when they were enjoying that piece of pressure, or they may suffer from it. Well, that man certainly made them suffer.
That's from Burrows. Like his methods or not, Kenny Dalglish has shown the way to get the best out of Peter Beardsley. I say like it or not because a lot of Liverpool supporters feel that the manager could have made more use of him.
I actually was just thinking how ineffective he had been in the second half, Martin. Hadn't really been involved at all, but then he stuns everyone in the ground with a piece of finishing like that. He can well have a quiet 20 minutes if he's going to produce something like that in the 21st minute.
In the Liverpool penalty area. Sharp couldn't believe his luck, but he made the most of it.
Well, Liverpool have returned the favour. This is a dreadful error from defensive position. You can see Graham Sharp's getting there more than hope than anything. It's the problem of a goalkeeper getting too near his defender, Martin. And Nicol just knocks it past Bushclubber. Even if Bushclubber is shouting, I'm sure that Steve Nicol can't hear him. And Graham Sharp must think Christmas has come early for him. What more has this game got in store for us?
What a picture that was of Kenny Dalglish's face. A sort of mistake that you get in a Sunday morning pickup game, really. And it's happened in the Liverpool defence at a time when the game was given back to them really by a stroke of genius from Peter Beardsley. And then you had the other end of the scale. Well, it was a real chapter of disasters for Liverpool. Hussein going down, Grobbelaar way out of home, and Nicol couldn't repair the damage. Graham Sharp had the strength to stride on and get the vital touch, and it still needed an extra touch, let's not forget that.
I'm not sure how this will might end, Martin, I'm sorry about that, but one thing I'm sure of, I'm sure we've not seen the end of the goal so far. I do feel there are more goals in store tonight before we're finished here at Goodison.
Well, even by Merseyside derby standards, this is absolutely magnificent. We've got Everton 2, Liverpool 2, we've got Graham Sharp 2, Peter Beardsley 2. Near side to us, Neil MacDonald. Newell was waiting for him to arrive, which is why he delayed. Wonderful ball from Ratcliffe to Sharp. Nevin Everton get in front for the first time at a vital time. McCall had a look to see what was on, didn't fancy shooting. By Beardsley in the middle as Barnes takes on Watson. Oh, Southall has pushed it away, in fact, from one of his own players, Keown. There was no attempt to get there first from an opponent. Mulvey, where are Everton to close him down? The scourge strikes at Everton again. The merest of flicks, but it was his.
I didn't think we'd seen the last of the scoring, but we were Everton thinking about defensively. And this is a good header from Ian Rush. Plenty of blue shirts in there. If you look round, he's absolutely surrounded by blue shirts. They'll be furious again. You must put it down. It's a great piece of finishing. But Howard Kent will be wondering where his defence were then.
Liverpool lead for the third time. Can they hold it this time? The historians will be reaching for their books again to record another goal for Rush against Everton. It's his 24th. Everton 2, Liverpool 3. A superlative fifth round replay of the FA Cup. Hinchcliffe. Oh, and Mulvey waltzes away from his own penalty area. Just for a second it was though he didn't quite know the right steps though. That's a push by Hussein. Everton won't have that many more chances to draw level for a third time. They're withdrawing Nevin, hoping that Tony Cottee, who would love to contribute to setting up a quarter-final trip to his old club West Ham, but there's a fair bit to do. McDonald, and it pumps into Grobbelaar's chest. Difference on the benches now. There's a spare man on this near side who was Peter Beardsley, and still might involve Mulvey, just nudging it. Barnes. Liverpool engaged in using up time. Barnes goes on. Oh. I think Ratcliffe was delighted he didn't make contact then. Everall feeling the strain.
It really has been a pleasure to sit and watch this game tonight. And both teams, tremendous amount of credit. What can one say about Liverpool? They haven't enjoyed a lion's share of their play in the second half, but they've managed to produce two very good goals and lead 3-2. Everton been asked just to do too much to come back from the third time, but will certainly feel that they should have taken something from the game.
We're into the last minute. McDonald. McCall helps it in. Cottee! 3-3! The substitution succeeds
Well,
with rare drama.
I can't believe, but what cool finishing. Not on his strongest side. You did say he would love to go back to West Ham, and what a time to produce a goal. Just when you felt that was it, Liverpool were through to the next round. Oh, I hope this game never ends.
I said to Toby Cotty before the game, it'd be nice to go back to West Ham, wouldn't it? Yes, he said, but I don't know whether I'd be playing. Well, if Everton get through, he's boosted his chances considerably.
It's certainly one of the best games I've ever had the privilege of sitting watching, Martin. I don't usually take that much enjoyment at times, but who could fail to have enjoyed this? What an advert for our football in Britain.
Well, the ball got in behind Gary Ablett. There was no flag. There were two Everton players there, but Cotty wasn't going to be beaten for the glory. Ball's out of play. Three times here, Liverpool have taken the lead. Three times, Everton have taken it from them. And it has been a match for the proven goal scorers, really. McDonald with an honest challenge, really, although Barnes has left down on the ground.
I think John Barnes, a bit brave for his own good, puts his head in there. It's a very, very rash challenge from Neil McDonald. Thinking about the game, man, I don't think there's anyone in the ground that can say that Everton haven't deserved to claw their way back into the game. They've never given up, they've shown a tremendous amount of character, and having gone down behind 3 times. And I'd be very surprised if even there was anyone in the Liverpool camp who grudges them that equaliser. They might not like it, but they can't begrudge them it.
Well, we seem to be seconds away from another chapter in the Ian Rush story of goals and glory at the expense of Everton. And if that's to be the case, he's got to get another one, because Tony Cotty has taken us to the very brink of extra time. But Rush... I don't think we would have believed it.
If he'd have swung round and put that one in, I think he'd have found me flat in my back here, Martin. He would have had to have revived me. That would have been unbelievable.
Cotty has stretched credulity almost to breaking point. It's extra time at Goodison Park. Well, the word great is often overused, but this has surely been a great 90 minutes. And we're going to get another 30 minutes because of this.
I mean, you look how far it travels. I mean, Gary Ablett just gets caught there. I mean, I'm not sure whether you could put any blame to him, but it was a hopeful ball through from Stuart McCall, rather than a meaningful one. But that little man came on fresh, eager, and hasn't he take it very, very well.
Hussein. Mulby. Whipped out by Keown, but Graham Sharp had dropped back to help in midfield. Barnes, who does look very fresh. And it's the sort of ball that Lee Sharp put in to embarrass the Norwich defender John Polston on Monday, which led to Brian McClare's equaliser for Manchester United. An awkward bounce. Everton survived on this occasion, but it's a Liverpool corner.
Ominous signs for Everton, though. John Barnes, as you say, seems to have come to life in extra time, Martin.
Mulby. Rush with another header and a wonderful save. Corner taken. Assessment in a moment. Nicol. McDonald. Ian Rush got terrific power into the header because there wasn't that much on the ball as it reached him. The spring Southall showed. You could go as far as to say that it's the best spell Barnes has had in the match. Nicol knew that Hinchliffe had got the ball past him. Coming up to 7 minutes played in the first period of extra time. Everton 3, Liverpool 3. Hinchliffe. Well, the crowd noise told you everything there. Let's have a look at the Southall save first.
You did say that this is something that Ian Rush has improved, his heading ability, and this proves it. That's a wonderful header and a superb save from his Welsh international counterpart there to deny him yet another goal.
Watson. Rush looking to try and intercept the back pass, and tiredness can be mental as well as physical.
There was no danger though that Dave Watson didn't know Rush was there. I think 20,000 voices told him so.
Yes, it was like one of those occasions in a pantomime where somebody sneaks on stage and the audience lets the hero know. This is no pantomime here. This is a drama. It's wall-to-wall entertainment. And which way is it going to go? Is it going to go Liverpool's way with Rush? No. Hussein. Ian Rush, who must be the envy of every footballer with a weight problem. He's got absolutely nothing extra to carry around, and he's looking as sprightly as anyone on the pitch. Barnes, get to Watson though first. Thornton didn't quite get the angle right on the pass. Two in the centre for Liverpool. Rush, of course, is one. Oh, Barry Benison. Let's see what the corner brings. Benison and Nicol have swapped roles, which was why Benison got into the penalty area then. It's Hussein this time. Ratcliffe can't get it away. Newell. 5 minutes to go before half-time and extra time. Cotti. Cotti. Nickel, most definitely at right back at the moment. Venison going outside him. Ablett. Barnes. Free kick to Liverpool. 3 minutes to go to half-time in extra time.
He certainly looked the brightest player on the park in this period, apart from that man we just seen, Neville Southall, who's had to be tremendously alert to produce two stunning saves.
Barnes, it looks for goal! And finds it! For a fourth time, Neville Southall has to pick the ball out.
Well, what can you say about this man that hasn't already been said? Look at the bend on it. A goalkeeper that's in the form of Southall has no chance. It's a quite magnificent finish, and I don't apologise for using the word magnificent, because that's what it is.
They'll be talking about this. Everybody who's seen it will never forget it. You are watching one of the all-time great FA Cup ties. It's the perfect angle on it. It shows how bewildered Southall was left. Keown. That's Newell holding it up. Oh, and there's confusion again. Grobbelaar came and laid out Staunton. He's got to come again, and he's got the ball this time. Staunton's recovered his senses. Grobbelaar's recovered the ball.
It's been one of those nights for Bruce, isn't it? Again, I mean, I've got some sympathy with Steve Staunton, because it's there to be headed.
Well, Liverpool, a mixture of marvellous play and defensive mayhem. McCall!
If I've said it once, I've said it a million times tonight. It's that aerial ball that they haven't coped with. McCall picking up the pieces, just couldn't keep his shot down.
Seven minutes to go. Liverpool regroup, wanting to keep as much together as a unit as they can, as Everton will let them. Newell gets in first well for his side, and Sharp, the support is there from Cotti. Return from McDonald. Newell on the far side. McCall trying to drive ahead of the ball from midfield to reach the knockdown. Hinchcliffe did very well. Oh, and Hussein has let it go to Cotti! They're back from the dead again!
Well, I can't believe this, Mark. When all Kenny Dalglish would have wanted was his team to defend properly, they go and commit something like this. And Cotti doesn't need any more than that.
It was Mulvey who played it, Hussein who let it run, and Cotti who struck. Whose name's on the cup?
Pass.
5 minutes to go. extra time. We've seen John Barnes to a tee, and Tony Cottee likewise. Edison into the last 3 minutes.
I refuse to believe there are any more twists left in this game, Martin. Surely it must finish 4-4.
You'll be telling me soon that commentating's more draining than playing. On a night like this, you might be right.
I'm shattered.
Oh, Staunton. Barnes for Beardsley, but not to rush. The Evertonians want a winner. They're not fully satisfied with the recovery, although they are so thrilled by it. Sharp. So header forward by Newell. Sharp. 2 goals for him tonight, 2 for Cottee. Robillard comes. Oh, he's lost it! And Cottee very nearly given his dream tie at Upton Park.
Well, Bruce is there again, under a little bit of pressure, but takes his eye off it. And just for a second, Tony Cottee must have thought a hat-trick was beckoning.
Hinchcliffe. There's a minute to go. On a night when you're proud to say we were here, and I hope in your armchairs you've been as thrilled as we have in the stadium.
Martin, anyone who's watching this game tonight and hasn't enjoyed every single minute of them, for me, is not a football fan. It's been quite magnificent.
It's been a night to shake the soul, really. And maybe in truth it's right that they come back again to settle it.
I couldn't agree more. I think if there had been a loser tonight, I think you would have had sympathy with whichever team that was, and it is quite fitting, I feel, on a night like tonight, that they have to come back and do battle again.
The next game would be here at Goodison Park. They've already tossed for that, and that's what we get. Fabulous, phenomenal. Those are the sort of words that come to mind. John Barnes made it 4-3 with a wonderful goal in extra time. Tony Cottee tied it up again. The 4th time that Everton got up to the slope top that time, and they weren't pushed back by Liverpool again. 2 for Peter Beardsley thrown into the mix. 2 for Graham Sharp as well. It's a standing ovation.
The scramble for tickets for the rematch had barely started when everything came to a halt on Merseyside. 36 hours later, and Kenny Dalglish had called a halt on his all-conquering career as Liverpool manager. His team had to go back to Goodison the following Wednesday